Another reason people choose to use short-term rentals is for the entertainment events. Now, obviously, this is a very special category, and you got to take lots of precautions when serving this particular customer because they're coming because they really want a party, right? So that could be related to a concert, definitely a sporting event. So again, if you're in a college town of some kind, and maybe there's a Final Four or this, Super Bowl or something of that nature going on, local festivals, pageant of the Masters, maybe there's a Grand Prix, or who knows. What it comes down to is that people want to get together to do that, or maybe your place is known for street fairs, or art shows, or maybe there's a popular theater, and definitely the film industry will influence the number of people who need a temporary place for you to stay. So again, when you're working and networking with event organizers, casting directors, theater box office, local newspapers, you still also have the process of being able to target by online using Facebook and other platforms. And then obviously event online pages, groups and websites, as well as group managers, gallery venue managers, visitors bureaus. What it comes down to is finding your customers are going to be easy and varied. You just have to begin to think about who you want to serve. But let's continue. There's also the medical reasons for people wanting to use a short-term rental. So long-term outpatient care, what often can happen is that the patient and anyone traveling with them, they don't want or can't fit inside a hotel room economically, and more importantly, they want to be together during that time. So you also have the recovery process. So not just the fact before the surgery or procedure, but also after, or if there's ongoing therapeutic procedures that need to happen as well. Interestingly, an emergency medical situation that can happen frequently is the fact that the parents of us can age, and as they age, they may fall. Mom and dad falls and goes to the emergency room, but they then learn that, mom can no longer stay by themselves and they need a place. They can't go, maybe they can't even go back because their home has stairs, and suddenly now they need a new place to live while finding a place that is assisted living or something of that nature, so that it is safer for your parents to live during that time. And now that creates a need for a short-term rental as well. One of the very popular can be traveling nurses and other medical personnel because, they travel. They're called travel nurses. They are running around and visiting many different hospitals and emergency facilities. So their need for short-term housing is great, yet they may not always, again, want to stay in some other form of accommodation. So inside the alternative accommodations industry, of which service departments and we're all a part, traveling nurses can be a great customer for all of us as well. Some ideas on where to find them. Again, emergency room and department staff. And what I specifically mean is if you happen to know any of the people who work in those places, like a surgeon, physical therapist, oncologist, etc., maybe there's a bulletin board in that lunchroom, right? If you begin to think about these things, or maybe you are actually someone who works in the hospital, these things come up all the time. In fact, you're probably very, very acutely aware of the need in this particular case. So obviously other doctors' offices, maybe you live near a famous doctor or a doctor who's world renowned for a particular type of surgery or even elective surgery. And what happens is that his patients fly into town all the time, and he or she can become a very great referral source for you as well. Again, human resource managers, but also hospital patient services and social services offices, because emergency needs happen all the time. The difference is, will people know that your unit, your location is available to them should the need arise. All right. Let's talk about some of the military reasons. Well, one of the obvious ones are temporary duty assignments, right? And they can be looking for housing because of an upcoming